Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. And yeah, if you saw my last video, I did a dopamine detox yesterday, and what I gotta say is insane. I've never experienced something like that ever before in my life, so unfortunately, I was able, or I had to take a day off from posting on YouTube, just because I fully committed to not doing anything that had any external exposure to the internet, to just screen time, to consumption of anything, just allowing myself to just be in the moment and being okay with being bored, really. So while doing this, it was kind of humbling because that was the longest day of my life. I've never experienced a longer day than that, and I understand why, our childhood is probably so vivid for a lot of us because we didn't have, an iPad or, a phone or video games always consuming us, especially for, kids who are around my age, 2000 to like 2004, because we actually grew up in a time where there was no technology, there were no like iPad kids, and overall you had to just make fun for yourself, start drawing, play outside, do those types of things. So yesterday, like I was able to feel that for the first time again, and I realized how addicted I am to just technology and all these things in general. So like specifically the phone, the computer, music. Music was a huge one. Um, yeah, let me just make a list of all the things that I couldn't do. I couldn't read, I couldn't listen to music, I couldn't go on my phone, couldn't play video games, couldn't go on my computer, and yeah, I couldn't watch TV. So all those things, like I felt like I had nothing. Like there was literally nothing I could do all day. So I literally only went to the gym, worked out without music. The drive there was 15 minutes, but it felt like an hour. That's insane to me because without music, like the drive is way more like you're focused on the road. It feels way longer because you're waiting to get there. There's nothing that's, passing the time by because you're not singing along to it. So it's just like that blew my mind. I cooked about 2 meals. That was kind of fun. And then I played the guitar a little bit. But other than that, I spent a lot of time just sitting down and staring at the wall or the ceiling. And while it felt weird, it was also a good feeling because it allowed me to just get organic thoughts that I haven't thought of before, just like insights or ideas on things that, I gave me a little bit more clarity on things. And I feel like as a result, I got closer to God, which is ultimately the goal of doing this. But on top of that, I did a meditation for 30 minutes, completely in silence with no external distractions, no guided meditation, no music, just straight silence, me and my breath. And I've never done one of those before. And that was wild. Like I couldn't sit still. My whole body, like I feel like my ego was starting to get pissed at me because my whole body was just doing everything in its power to kind of get me out of this meditation trance. And it was weird. Like I had itches all over my face. My like eye was twitching. My knee was twitching. I had cramps that came in like randomly, that like sharp pain for like a minute. I had really crazy thoughts popping up, self doubts, just a lot of things just coming into my mind, and it was like overwhelming to the point where I was like, dude, like, what the hell, man? Like I cannot like just be here in the moment. Like I'm just like so consumed with all these things right now. And I found myself sitting up at first and then eventually went to go lay down on my bed to finish the second half of it. And by the time I finished, it was 40 minutes and it felt like it was a 5 minute meditation. It was 40 minutes that went by first thing in the morning. So the fact that that went by so fast was insane to me. I was like, damn, I was really meditating for 40 minutes and it felt like 5 minutes. Um, yeah, so that was cool as well. But yeah, but enough of me yapping. I have a whole journal over here of like the main things that I realized after doing this, and I'm gonna go through all of them. But one more thing before I go on another tangent. Um, my parent, like a lot of people were like, "Why the hell are you doing this?" Like they're like, "Dude, like what is the point of this? Like you're just literally forcing yourself to not go on the phone." Well, yeah, think about it. All of the great people, like the smartest people in history, right? So let's name them off. We got like Aristotle, we got um Abraham Lincoln, right? He was one of the, I don't know, I think he's one of the smartest. We got George Washington, we got Socrates, we got Napoleon, we got all these big like names throughout history. Why were they so knowledgeable? Why they have so much like wisdom back in the day? It's because they allowed themselves to be alone, to just be. and they came up with original thoughts. They weren't stimulated all the time. The only thing they probably got stimulated from a little bit was reading and probably some music. That was it. Like actual music, like instrumental music. But other than that, there was no screens. There was no phones, clearly. And, just think about it, dude. Like, why do you think all the greatest big names who have the biggest ideas came from back then is because there was nothing else to do but just be. So that was just something I wanted to touch up on. I just think it's really interesting when I think back on that. And even the book Deep Work talks about it. If you want to read that, I forgot what the author's name is, but he talks about that a little bit where you just lock yourself in a room for 6, 8 hours, you get clarity, and then you come out and you just like execute on them. So yeah, that was one of the things that I was kind of practicing yesterday. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to the journal and everything that I wrote down right here. So, final realizations. I put this on my Instagram story. If you don't follow me on Instagram, that's fine. This is just like a list of things that I realized after doing this. I put this on my Instagram story. So, first one, we have so much time in a day, but we waste most of it doing mindless activities. So, the longest day of my life, literally. We have 24 hours a day. I was probably awake for about 14 of them, and I was doing nothing but just living in the moment and just being present. And it made me realize a lot of the shit we do is not serving us. Like me scrolling on the phone, I was doing that a little bit today after not doing it yesterday. Like I could feel the addiction of like, oh, I need it. But we're not doing any service by doing that to ourselves. Instead, use that for your good. Create content. Go, start a business. Start using it to your advantage to network. Get on phone calls with people. Like those are things that are actually beneficial for you. But just wasting your time on the phone, scrolling, watching pointless videos, like, dude, you can be using your time way more, way better. So that was the first one I had. The second one, going all day without music was the hardest thing this whole entire time. I didn't realize how much I am reliant on music to make me feel good and to pass time. When I listen to music, like, it kind of takes me out of the moment and it makes my emotions come out a little bit more based on what's happening in the song. Like if it's a very intense, fast, upbeat song, I'm gonna be feeling good, If it's a sad, slow song, I'm gonna be feeling sad. Like all those things, like the music just plays a huge role on how you feel and how you act throughout the day. So without having that, I didn't know how to feel, honestly. And I had to allow myself to feel these emotions and come up with these emotions on my own. So that was something that was wild. The next one, the first 5 hours, I was having extreme withdrawals. I was tweaking out. I was having thoughts where I was just like, bro, I cannot do this. Like, I actually thought about giving up, and I was like, no, I can't do this. Like, why would I give up? I already committed to this. Just random ass thoughts coming in my mind. I had random urges to turn on the TV for no reason. And I never really turn on the TV. Just like weird urges of like, I was just fighting against myself. And I've never experienced that before. So that was the third one. Fourth one, hold on, I don't know if I'm covering the microphone. I had a ton of random realizations and thoughts come to mind, giving me more clarity and ideas, like I said. So when you're sitting down on the bed, sitting in your chair, looking at the ceiling, that's the time where you just start getting crazy thoughts, crazy ideas in your mind, just more clarity on certain things. You feel good about them. You write them down like I did in my journal, and you just allow yourself to just really listen to this voice in your head. In my opinion, that's God telling you, what to do next. And you have to sort out the distractions, like the random thoughts in your head that aren't serving you. Like it's crazy. I think I was hallucinating for a minute because there were so many weird ass like thoughts that came into my head, that kind of felt like I was dreaming, but I was awake and I was in a meditative like state. So it was like I was on the verge of taking a nap and being like in a meditative like moment. And I don't know, I was just getting really interesting, thoughts and visuals in my mind, which is, I don't know, I don't even know how to explain them, but that's what was happening with that. I had an actual question come up to me yesterday that I felt like writing down as well. This is in quotes. Are you actually comfortable in your own skin, or do you need external things to make you feel like yourself? So do you need the phone? Do you need, the TV? Do you need music to make you feel good and be like yourself? Or are you comfortable in your own skin and you don't need any of those things? And I realized I was not very comfortable in my own skin yesterday without those things. So this whole thing has been humbling. And if you're not comfortable in your own skin being alone, then that's kind of like a wake up call. Like, all right, dude, like there's some more work you have to do. I'm sure a lot of people struggle with it nowadays because that's all this world is just stimulation, consumption. There's no time, no people produce anymore. There's no original thoughts anymore because everyone is consuming shit from here that people have said already, and they're just spewing it back out because that's what they heard. You have to let original thoughts come into your mind. And one of them for me, I'm going to go back. I don't know why this happened to me. It was just one of them yesterday. Meeting people who are doing better than you open doors that a degree can't. I'm going to make a video on that, but that's just something that came to mind because I had like, some cool things happening. Talking with, my friend and whatnot, just about big ideas we have going on. And it's just like, that would have never happened if I just relied on a degree. So I'm going on a tangent. That isn't like really relative to this, but that's just one of the thoughts I had. And the very last thing that I wrote down here was I felt closer to God and in alignment with my true self. And that's like what I said about the thoughts and all that. When you truly just let go and allow yourself to be present and be with God and yourself, that's when the biggest changes start. Here's some lighting, baby. Woo! Woo! Let me get a thumbnail. Yeah, I'm getting distracted once again, but ADHD, I'm self-diagnosed. I think I have it. My sister's going for nursing. She says I have ADHD. Yeah, just having that was a struggle. I could not sit still. I was going throughout the whole entire day just tweaking out, didn't know what to do with myself. And now we're here, and I realize that this is something I needed to do. This is something that needed to happen in order for me to see what's going on upstairs, see how close I am with God, and where I'm going forward with next. So I highly suggest if you've been thinking about doing a detox, do it. It's going to be tough. I was going to do it for multiple days, but one day was enough. I realized after one day, I was like, damn, this is a lot. So after getting that over with and seeing that, my whole perspective on life has kind of changed. And, I thought I'd just share you guys, my experience with it as well, and just hopefully inspire you guys to do it as well and see how you feel after. So if you did it, if you're going to do it, comment it down below. Tell me how you feel. Tell me, how it went for you, because for me, it was definitely an eye-opening experience, and I've never experienced anything like that before. But yeah, once again, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if this resonated with you. If you want to see more content like this, I'm going to be posting more raw content, talking about different topics of self-improvement, just overall becoming the best version of you, and all that good stuff. So my name is Ian McQueenie. Thank you guys for watching. This lighting is amazing. I don't know why I didn't take the video right here this whole time. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.